Kurt, if you would like to go ahead and make your opening statement, you can go ahead.
Yep, really excited about the win tonight. True trap game for us, last game before an extended break. Really required focus, energy, attention, and we wanted to give those three really talented guards attention. I think coming in over the last five, that those three between Sabrina, Sammy, and Benijah, they were averaging nearly 50 or approximately 50 points. And tonight we hold those 3 to 8. Just a great defensive effort all night. They shot 30% from the field. So really pleased with our defense. We were a little bit inconsistent and ragged at times offensively, but really did a great job defensively to come away with a win. Always in a difficult game, last game before the Olympic break.
Thank you, Kurt. We'll open it up to some questions. Alexa, you can go first.
Hi, Kurt. I wanted to ask you about what you just mentioned with you all shutting down New York's guards, because even going back to the first matchup you all played against them, I think they only had 22 points combined. So the 2-game series, it was 30 combined points. What specifically do you think was working so well about how you all were able to guard them? I mean, especially tonight, but also just in the 2-game series so far.
Yeah, it's a credit first and foremost to the intensity that our guards play at. It's staying in plays and just trying to compete each and every possession. So, hats off to our guards, really getting down in a stance against these talented guards. And then in selective actions and selective sets, giving extra attention by the post. And therefore, you're going to live with Kylie Shook getting some open shots. You're going to live with Rashonda getting some shots tonight. And to their credit, they stepped up and made them. I think Kylie's 7 for her last 8 from the 3-point line. So, she's really taking advantage of those opportunities, and you got to tip your hat to her. But we did a really good job of staying in plays with the guards, and it's a team effort. But it starts with just flat out effort by our outstanding veteran guards, Bree January, Jasmine Thomas, and DeWanna Bonner.
Rafiq?
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win today. Part of the reason why you were able to get this W that you mentioned earlier that is so important is that you matched the Liberty's 3-point shooting with your own. And not to mention Jocko Jones matched 17 points with 17 boards, basically getting all the boards. How important were those aspects to getting this victory on the road?
Yeah, once again, they did a really good job tonight taking away our paint and forced us to kick out. And while our shooting percentage looks really solid at the 3-point line, at times, it was frustrating that we were missing some open shots. But New York did a really good job at defending the paint. We've got to have a better shooting percentage from the field than 38% to win big games. They also kept us off the offensive glass. I think we had 2 offensive rebounds at halftime with 21 misses. So their defensive rebounding percentage tonight was really high against us. We did not have as productive an offensive rebounding night. But again, we had to take what they gave us. They gave us a bunch of threes tonight. Unfortunately, we made double-figure threes. But again, New York did a lot of things to disrupt our offense, and we would love to be a little bit more efficient than we were tonight in the big picture of things.
Hannah, followed by Enqua.
Hey, Coach, I'm curious how you're approaching this Olympic break. How are you planning to balance rest and maintaining your momentum heading into the second half?
Yeah, again, I initiated a straw poll with the GMs and coaches around the league early on what everybody was doing. We were one of the teams taking a longer break. I think it's really important to give them a mental health break. They need to get away. We played this whole season with 10 healthy players. We extend minutes with our starters. And we are really, really scout heavy and challenge them to really prepare not only physically, but mentally each and every game. So a long way of saying that we're giving them an extended break. We want them to get away from the game for mental health come back refreshed, ready to go, first for the Commissioner's Cup and then our 12 remaining regular season games. So we will report back starting on the 28th. So today's the 11th. So I know the All-Star is not quite as long. We were committed to giving each and every one of them 2 weeks. So some of the non-All-Stars are going to get a little bit of extended period, but we will arrive back in Connecticut starting on the 28th.
Thank you.
Enqua, followed by Alexa, and then Ned, you'll be the last question for Kurt.
Oh, sorry about that. Can you tell me a little bit more about your front court, particularly the play of Brianna Jones, who didn't score as much as she's usually been, but still been impactful all throughout?
Yeah, I thought, you know, again, she's been so key to what we've done this beginning of the season. She's why we're in third place at this break. She's just anchored both sides of the ball. Defensively tonight, their fives do a lot of the screening, so she was helping our guards compete with all those talented guards and was around plays all night. We played through her. They got the ball out of her hands with more doubles. Then they didn't come with doubles, and she was getting doubled early, and so she was giving it up sometimes a little bit sooner than I'd like. But she's just so key and has had a great season, and can't be more proud of her being an All-Star for the first time. She's so key to what we do. And then JJ, huge game, you know, great energy, 17 and 17. Again, they did a nice job keeping her off the offensive glass. I think she's the premier offensive rebounder in the league, and they kept her off the offensive glass. But you saw her versatility tonight. Half her made baskets were threes. And all of a sudden, you know, she can have one of those games, 17 and 17. And she'll tell you she could have played better, but gave us great energy. Forced New York to play double big a lot tonight. They haven't been doing that a lot of the season. They had to play Rashonda and Kylie on the floor together, which again is a credit to our bigs that they had to go double big.
All right, Coach, and final question for you. In terms of the way that your team has operated offensively, sometimes it's been JJ one night, other times it's been Dawana. How do you manage to keep the ball moving and making sure that everybody can contribute?
Yeah, balanced shots. You know, tonight DB got a lot of shots in the first half, and JJ, we want to get shots. So we had equal distribution at times. I thought the ball stuck tonight for us, and the better that we share it, the better we move it into another action. When they take away one action, we're better. I thought it stuck a little bit tonight. Again, credit to New York. I thought they defended us well. They really competed, but we're best when we're sharing the ball, moving the ball, not caring who gets the credit. DBs knows when to facilitate, knows when we need her to score. She's a veteran. She really has a grasp on that.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Alexa?
Kurt, this is maybe a hard question to ask right after a game ends, but how would you just take stock now that you're through the first half of the season and you're going to go on to this break? How would you take stock of where your team is at? I guess the good, the areas of improvement, what's pleased you the most, and what do you think will be the biggest areas you need to work on once you get back to the practice court?
Yeah, I can't be more pleased where we're at. We're 14 and 6. You know, unfortunately, I had to depart with a family health situation with my mom. We did, you know, we dropped a couple in Chicago while I was gone. I was suspended one game. And then JJ left. We had some injuries. You know, for us to be 14 and 6, we're really, really pleased. But, you know, as a coach, you're wired to see the warts, and we're hanging our hat on defense and rebounding. That can bail us out when we don't have great offensive nights. But in the big picture, that's the wart where we need to get better if we're going to accomplish some of the goals that we want to accomplish. We really believe, even without AT this year, that we have pieces that can be a champion, and we have to improve our offensive execution. So that was the challenge in the locker room. Keep our conditioning up, so when we get back after this break, that we don't have to work to get our conditioning back, that we can start to work on our offensive spacing, our offensive execution, get back into the groove, that we're going to defend and rebound like crazy every night. So, you know, my ward is a little bit better at offensive execution. You're asking me how pleased we are to be in third place. Ecstatic. You know, I pick a number at the beginning of the year that is going to be in the playoffs. I think it was 15-17 or a 16-16 record. At 14-6, we're on the verge of that number. And again, anything can happen. Can you peak at the right time in these last 12? Can you peak going into the playoffs? Can you stay healthy? Ultimately, playoff basketball in the WNBA is all going to come down to health. Can we peak? Can we stay healthy at the right time this season? I think we have a lot of pieces if we can.
Thanks, Kurt. Enjoy the break.
Thank you, Alexa.
Ned, you'll be the last question.
Afternoon, Kurt. Alexa beat me to the punch again on a question, so I'll just simply ask you, have you ever been involved in a game that you can remember where you hold an opponent scoreless for over 7 minutes?
You know, obviously, I think probably, you know, we'd have to look it up. I think we've had some of these stretches. Again, you know, we played hard tonight. It wasn't always pretty at times, but we played hard. We scrambled. I thought at times we scrambled smartly and got the right people taking shots that we wanted to take. But again, that locker room believes in our defense. That locker room believes that they can stop people. And you have some stretches that are pretty special with this group. And tonight was one of them. We played, I don't know what the first score was. You guys know better than I do. But I think both games were in the 50s. That is a high-powered offense that plays at a really high pace. And in 2 games this year, I think we kept them both games in the 50s.
And there's no such thing as winning ugly.
No, we'll take ugly wins, right?
Win is a win is a win. Thanks. Enjoy the break.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Kurt. We'll bring in Jasmine. Ned, unless I didn't lower your hand before.
I can't.
There we
Ned,
go.
are you unmuted?
I just unmuted myself. The joys of Zoom. Afternoon, Jazz. Can you talk just about what's been the key for you guys, these 2 games with New York, that's been able to limit their field goals and points? I mean, you guys have really done a good job against them these 2 games.
I mean, just locking into the game plan. We know how good their guards are, and we just wanted to be locked in defensively. We had a plan. We know, you know, when we play together and we lock in defensively, we're a good team.
Without giving away the secrets, is there anything you guys do specifically against them that you may not do against other teams?
No, it's honestly the stuff that we try to do against every team. When we have, you know, guards that are talented, that can score, that they run the offense through, kind of like Lainey, like Sammy, Sabrina, we try to just be aggressive. And I think that's what we did tonight. And we know when plays break down, we're going to have to, you know, hunker down on one-on-one defense, and we challenge each other to be able to do that.
You held them scoreless for almost 7 minutes, over 7 minutes in the third quarter?
Not specifically. I heard it after the game, but during that time, I just, you know, was into the game, talking to my teammates, making sure that we were, you know, every possession just ready to defend.
Thanks, Jazz. Enjoy the break.
Alexa?
Hey, Jazz. Now that you guys are officially on the Olympic break, I wanted to ask if you, I know it's, you know, you just finished up with the game, but in general, if you could take stock of where this team is at, you know, with the first half of the season under your belts, what do you think are the things that maybe surprised you, things you're doing well, and maybe areas of improvement that you'll be focusing on once you all get back to the practice court?
I mean, I think we're off to a good start. We put ourselves in a good position. I'm not sure what the standings will be right now, second or third, but sitting at the top of the league with a lot to get better at, which is a good place to be. You know, we don't feel like we arrived. We know that we've had some game slippage, you know, kind of throughout this time leading up to the break, but ultimately we have good energy. everyone is going to use this break for what we need it for, and then we'll get right back after it when we come back. We're definitely proud of our home record as well, which is something that's important when you're going into the playoff time. So we're gonna do our best to keep that up too.
Are you able to get away at all for the 2 weeks or so that you're off, or what are your plans for the break?
I am. I'm gonna go on vacation out of the country. I don't really want to say too much about me. You might see on social media, but I'll go on a vacation first, and then I'll actually go home. I haven't been home since February. I went directly from Turkey to Connecticut, so I definitely need this time off, and I'm happy where my team is right now going into this break.
Great. Well, enjoy it, and we'll see you when you get back.
Thank you.
And Kwa?
Hi, Jasmine. You've been in this league for a while. You are a vet. And when we spoke to Coach earlier, he talked about the aspirations that this team had. What is the team doing now that can help you keep those aspirations? And what do you like most about this group?
I feel like what we're doing now is really, I don't know, we had some time earlier in the season where things weren't always clicking all the time. And even now, when things feel off, we just have a togetherness about us where we're able to come together as a team. And I think that's important moving into the second half of the season, into playoffs, and to win a championship. So to see that chemistry really come together is good. And we're always going to play through, DB, JJ, and Breezy. And I think, obviously there are all-stars. They've been great for us all season. So for us, I think everyone else playing around them, staying confident, being able to do our part so that, they don't have to carry such a heavy load every game. I think I feel that all coming together.
And what can you tell those members of your team that haven't really been used to being this good before, even though this core has been together a while? How do you build up those who you need that haven't been here before?
I think it happens in practice. We don't always get the time to practice like we want, but that's, I guess, the good thing about the break is when we come back, we will have a few days. We do have the Commissioner's Cup, but we'll have some time to kind of really get in practice and work on some things. But that's where it is, when you're not getting the minutes or you're not, you don't feel like you're as involved in the rotation as you want to be. We're good at just staying positive and being ready. The Indiana game, I know we lost it, but that second one was a great example. We had, 3 guards come in off the bench and give us a chance to win that game. So I think it's a credit to us here as professionals. We're always ready. And that's from the first man to the, 11th. We're always ready, and that's important.
Thank you, Jazz. Enjoy the break.
Yeah, thank you.
Rafiq, you'll be the last question for Jazz.
Hey, Jasmine, congratulations on the win today. I just want to ask you your thoughts on Jocko Jones getting the 17 rebounds, and not to mention leaving the Liberty under 10 points in the third quarter. How much of those aspects were helpful for you guys towards getting the victory?
First, just defense. That's, we have that as part of our identity. We take pride in our defense. So just locking in defensively, like I said, is something that we want to do every night, and we were able to do that today. And JJ is a rebounding machine. She has proven that her entire career, and it's what we expect from her. We know that she's always going to hit the boards, and yeah, she's incredible.
Thanks, Jazz. You're all set.
Thank you.
Rafiq, you can go first for Natisha.
Hey, it's pretty much the same question that I just asked Jasmine, like your thoughts on the way that your team were effective in the rebounding end, especially Jocko Jones' 17 boards.
Yeah, JJ, she's good for at least 10 every game. So, just having that is a big help. It gives us extra possessions. I think that she's just a beast, so it's good.
Alexa?
Hey, Natisha, how would you, I guess, take stock of just where the team's at, with the first half of the season under your belts? And what do you think will be the biggest areas of improvement when you get back? And what are you proud of so far that you've all done?
Well, defense, our identity. So we always working on defense. I think that when we get back from break, we're going to keep on doing that. Obviously, work on offensive execution and just continuing to get better and better each day.
Any fun plans for the break, or just gonna enjoy that time off?
Yeah, I'm on.
Yeah, you can.
I'm on vacation.
Awesome. Enjoy. Thank you.
Any other questions for Natisha? Otherwise, we'll get JJ in here. And Kwa, you'll be the last question for Natisha.
Okay. Hi, Natisha. This role that you folks this team has been on, 6 wins in your last 7 games. What's really been the momentum that spurred you all to this point?
Can you repeat that?
Sure, no problem.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So what I'll ask is the role that this team has been on, 6 wins in its last 7 games. What's really fueled that from your view?
We just wanted to go into the break in a good position and, kind of just setting ourselves up for success. So I think our mentality has just been to finish this stretch out and then just get a break and then be ready to come back and keep plugging away.
All right,
Thank you very much.
Natisha. All right, we'll go ahead and open up some questions for JJ. And Kwa, you can go first.
Hey, JJ. So, 17 rebounds, really? It is a career high for you. What has really
It's a season
spurred-
high. It's a season high.
Season-
Career high is
excuse me.
22.
Thank you very much, and I apologize. So, season high for you. Take me through how you hunt down the boards and why it's such a big part of your game.
Just being relentless. I felt like coming back off of being at Eurobasket, the DC game, I was kind of, just pumped up off of adrenaline, just really excited to play that game. And then my energy it dropped in the Indiana games. And I feel like today was the first game where I felt like I was back to the energy that I started the season with. And I think that's the biggest thing of just, getting back to that consistent level of energy when you start playing the game and just letting it carry you throughout the rest of the game. So I think that was the biggest difference. And also they play a small lineup. They have Onion where they guard me a lot of times. So I understand that I can get to the glass and I can really affect the game that way as well.
I know you're looking forward to the rest, but how does it feel to be named yet again to the All-Star game?
It feels good. It's definitely an accomplishment. It's something that I feel like I can do a lot of times in my career. So I'm really excited about it. I'm happy about it. And I'm happy that I'm able to share it with my teammates, Breezy and DB.
All right. That's it from me. Congrats again and enjoy the break after the game, that is.
Thank you, bro. Good to see you.
Alexa?
Hey, JJ. I was just wondering if you could kind of take stock of where you think the team is at as a whole with the first half of the season under your belts. What's been working well, what you think might be room for improvement when you get back on the practice court, and just kind of in general where things are at.
I'd say we found our identity. We understand who we have to play through in terms of me, DP, Breezy. I think our trust level has been there from the beginning of the season. And so we're just growing in that way. I think we can be better offensively, offensive execution, just being able to get in the right spots, being able to come out of timeouts and execute. I think championship teams have that, and right now we're lacking in that area. But I feel like that's one of the easiest things to fix. That's repetition. That's just going over the plays before games, and then that's just being locked in timeouts. So I think that's the biggest way that we can grow right now, and I'm excited about it because I feel like we have so much room for improvement. We're already really good, but coming into the second half of the season, we're going to be even better.
And obviously you'll be headed to Vegas soon, but then after the All-Star game, how excited are you, especially after the craziness of going overseas and coming back, to finally get a little bit of a break? Will you get to go away or just rest? What are your plans?
My plans are to just rest, be smart with my conditioning, but also rest and get off of my feet. My feet have kind of been bothering me a little bit with all the travel in place. So just making sure I rehab that and just being smart, using the beach, using the sand, stuff like that to really, get the high impact workouts in, but not really putting the pressure on my feet and my body. Just allow myself to just recover.
Good. Well, enjoy it. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Rafiq, you'll be the last question for JJ.
Yeah, you already asked about the rebounding effort. All I can say is, can we expect that same effort when you're playing in the All-Star game this Wednesday?
Well, I'll see how my body feels for one. But I mean, I know the people that are playing on the All-Star team, we want to beat Team USA. I was joking with my teammates. I'm like, listen, the chances of me winning a gold medal you know, with being from the Bahamas and then now playing for the Bosnian national team are like slim to none. So I'm gonna be like 85 talking to my grandkids and I'm gonna be like, yeah, you know, back in 2021, we beat the gold medal team. So technically I won a gold medal, and everybody was laughing because like, you know, that's the closest I'm gonna get to a gold medal. So I'm trying to go out there and win so I can tell my grandkids that I got a gold medal technically.
And can we expect you to actually get an All-Star MVP?
I mean, you just go out there and play. You don't really force anything. You kind of see how the game is going. But I mean, it's definitely attainable, but it's not something that I'm really like pushing or going crazy about in my head or anything like that. I just want to have fun. I want my teammates to look good out there. I want to look good, but if that happens, it happens.
Thank you, JJ. You're all set.
All right, thank y'all. See y'all.